All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Are you ready for some charts and graphs?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, woo.
Let's get right into it. I got a countdown right there. So, and I put all the charts and graphs in the beginning, so I don't care what is after that, I guess. All right. 2014 was our first year with the new apportionment formula. We went from a big complex thing that averaged several years of membership and expense data down to a simple, it's a percentage of what actually comes in the offering plate. And so when you look at it, I got the clicker, so, and we'll see. Well, they gave me a fake clicker. Am I actually, okay. Well, the first, last year I showed this chart, and that red piece over there, I almost wish I could stand right next to it and point. But anyway, that red piece right there is how much actually came in at annual conference last year, and our goal was 3.8 million. And I said over the summer, which is the next one, it's going to be a little light because it's a little light at our churches. And then I'm hoping for a double December, which is needed to make up the difference. So now let's look at what happened actually. 3.82 million, we hope for 3.8. So thank you, our churches. And I just can't say enough how grateful I am, because this was a leap of faith for me. I thought when we go back to, go to the next slide, we were watching it and we knew we were about a month behind. That's the way the formula works. People receive income, they do the math, and they cut the check. And as we went along, we stayed a month behind. And by the time we got to November, we were about $1 million away from our goal. And I thought to myself, oh boy. And but December came, and December was a good reminder to me. You know, when I started tithing, I learned this lesson too, but Jesus can do math. He saw what our expenses were. He already worked it out. He worked it out in the hearts and lives of everybody in our congregations, our churches, and they had a heart for what's going on. I had a church the other day say, I had a choice between paying the electric bill or paying apportionments. And that has never happened before in my entire 7 years here. Normally it's, I can't cut the check, wait till next month. So it's awesome, you guys. So this is cool, because a lot of times you talk and you say things at annual conference, and sometimes I listen to myself speak. And this slide I presented in 2011, and I figured it's very appropriate because then it's looking back, did I actually listen to myself? So the first key to growth as an accountant, in my accountant mind, was you have to have an affordable and aligned budget. So it has to be, the church has a very important duty. It's to make disciples of Jesus Christ. The conference has an important duty. It's to equip and connect those churches to make disciples of Jesus Christ. And so the resources have to be in balance to some degree to make sure both sides can do what they can do. And I'll get more into that. And then alignment is we both need to be making sure we're doing that job. Now the next one is keep your eye on Roy. And I can't resist. He's retiring. Not Roy Caudill, but keep your eye on Roy. Return on investment. Ray talked about the program audit. That was one of the ways that we tried to do that. We tried to say, what are we doing? And especially annual conferences, we've kind of earned this reputation about we start new things and then we abandon them, and then we hold on to other things too long after they've already run their course. And we've earned that reputation. Well, we're trying to unearn that reputation and be able to let go of some things to make room for the new things that we believe are going to be a benefit to all of us. And then the third one is to take a long-term view. And part of it is nothing happens quickly in the spiritual realm. I mean, you think about it, we're believers in prevenient grace. Even if somebody comes to Christ, we think of that as an instant, but no, people were on their knees for a long time before that. And same thing here. If you think about what it takes for you to change a simple thing in your own life. Now multiply that by 35,000 lives. And that's why things take some time. So now let's evaluate how we've done. This is one of my favorite graphs. So this is I think it's in your packet too. But what this shows is the amount we've budgeted. And 2010 was actually the very first budget I put together. And so that shows you I set the record for the highest budget ever. But then again, we had a moment at the Council on Finance and Administration. We said, this isn't right. We can't just keep billing churches more and more and more when we're facing decline, because the math isn't going to work out for us. And so we said we need to make it more affordable. And so that's what I hope this shows, is that we've had a long-term track of trying to make it more affordable while still doing our work. If you want to praise somebody, it's the Board of Pensions has been a big part of this. So their work has been extraordinary. We jumped ahead. There, forget that line. Now the cool thing I thought would be is to show how attendance, and that was what that line is, how attendance compared. So our very lowest point happened to be when our budget was at the highest, and then the alignment and the affordability come together, and now we've grown since 2010. So we are the only growing conference in the Midwest, from my understanding.
That's right.
And I'm just going to say this because some people will say, yes, but Embrace came on board. If they took Embrace out, we are still growing.
Amen.
So there was a shift, and I think a lot of it was in the hearts and the lives of people here that, I don't know what happened, but 2010 was a major moment in our history. You've seen this over the last years. We've highlighted the new campuses that Embrace have done. We've highlighted Fusion, which is a new church. The Gathering, Encounter here is in Watertown. And Grace will have a new campus, and Legacy will have a new campus, and Kenmare will have a new campus. And Kenmare, their name is so new, that's the logo I created for them. If anybody else wants a logo. It'll cost you $10. But, and then if anybody else, as I was driving up, I was thinking, man, somebody should plant a church in Horace. So if anybody wants to do that sometime this week, that'd be cool. Or Hankinson. Hankinson's a good one. So, and I'd make you a logo. So, but anyway, part of what we're talking about here is then Thrive, and how do we got so much activity. Does anybody ever remember when we had this many new congregations all coming at once?
No.
I mean, raise your hand. Nobody. That guy's stretching. Anyway, so does that not highlight the need? I gotta stop, it says. Let's skip the DS's, I don't care. I got 2 graphs. Can I do those 2 graphs? All right. Let's skip this one too. All right, I wanted to highlight the work of the Board of Pensions. I shouldn't have put them last. I should have put them second. Anyway, but back in 2010, this is how we were funded. We didn't actually have a full funded plan, but I want to show this. Red is bad in accounting world. And we had 2 of our 4 funds deeply in the red. White means we're okay. Green is really good, and blue is really, really, really good. Fast forward to 2015, actually April 30th, 2015.
Wow.
And this is, even though they're billing less, you guys got rebate checks last year and this year, and yet this is how it works. Like I said, Jesus can do math. And if you have any other questions, I'm sitting right up here. So.